What's going on, growers? This is Alex from Father's Love, Father's Heal, and I have a little project in my garden here. This is the back side of my house, and I made this for my daughters when they were like 1 or 2 years old, just so they could play around, paint, play with the dirt on this table. And I attached a slop sink to it, and I'm going to break this down because I'm building a whole shelving unit out here to put all of our bicycles and stuff. So instead of throwing out the slop sink, and I'm going to turn this into my herb garden system. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it full of compost, and I'm going to find some worms from my garden, fill it full of worms, constantly bury food in there, and I'm going to start building some really good soil with the worms and the worm castings. And then I'm just going to fill it full of different types of herbs, parsley, oregano, sage, stuff like that, and just keep all my herbs in one section, because right now my herbs are just spread out throughout my garden, and this will be a nicer little system where everything is right here. So instead of just throwing this out and ending up in a landfill, I figured I would reuse it, repurpose it, and make it a cool little feature in the garden. I'm going to make a little sign with my CNC that says, herb garden or something like that, I don't know. Well, let me break this down, and this will take me a couple minutes. The wood I'm just going to burn in my fire pit, but I'm going to reuse everything else. So let's get to it. I got tired of breaking this down with a nail pull and a hammer, so I decided to bring out the big dog and just slice through this real quick and get it done. Okay, so I have everything cleaned out, good enough for now. This whole section is going to be a whole storage unit all the way to the other side of the house. And that's going to hold all my outside stuff, bicycle, stuff like that. So I got the slop sink ready to go, and this morning I went and got some compost from the composting facility. So I'm going to fill this up with compost. I'm going to make my sign probably tomorrow on the CNC. I'm thinking herb center, I like that, paint a different color. And I'm gonna fill this up with compost. I'm gonna go dig through my garden, get a couple worms in here, plant some seeds. I have some herbs already growing in the greenhouse. So once the last frost is done, which is supposed to be May 1st, but who knows, I'll probably wait till the second week of May, plant all my herbs from the greenhouse in here, and I'll have a cool little herb section. This is a good size, so I'll be able to fit a lot of stuff in here. So let me take this over and fill it full of compost. Okay, so I got everything put together, got my sign on, which I think came out pretty cool. It was just like a 6-minute cut on my CNC real quick. Painted it green, sanding it down, sprayed it with a lacquer, and it's my little sign for my slop sink. This is a fun little project. I'm glad I was able to reuse this instead of throwing it in a landfill. So I'm going to try to do that more often. Stuff, instead of throwing it into a landfill, I'm going to try to incorporate it somewhere into my garden somehow. Maybe as a trellis, or whatever, just to use as a growing space. So hopefully this will give you some ideas for any waste that you can use in your garden. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next one.